A chain reactor spitting fire. The NFT analyzer. Diving deep into projects. He's the crypto energizer. From your meme coins to tokens. He's got all the intel. Web3 wizardry to show you where to excel. He's got the insights like a digital magician. Unveiling
Happy Liberation Day, guys.
blockchain with precision. Wild stories from the web. He's
It's like, this shit is so ridiculous here. It literally cracks me up. Dude, it's a big freaking day here. I mean, it's, you know what? Like, if you have a little anxiety about today, maybe I do a little bit. Like, people around the world are feeling the exact same thing. It's a really crazy thing that we're watching unfold here. And, we got such a vested interest in it here in crypto, so we're watching maybe a little closer than most. Pretty damn cool. All right, I'm half distracted, I can't lie. Because I did a little cool work this morning. This is maybe like a bit of a local update. Actually, hang on. Let me get to that in a second. Let me do some proper GMs. Player, good morning. Cats, good morning. I did my thing you saw with my Clara NFT. I don't know if you... Talking about, do I stake my Clara NFT? Do I sell it? Do I... What? I don't know. I don't think there's a right or wrong decision there. Yeah, maybe we'll get to that. Anyway, GMs to you on Abstract and on X and on YouTube, and I'm going to drop a link to Abstract right here. Boom, there we go. What's up, Bang? Good morning. Dude, nice. Wherever you're watching, though, head over to YouTube and make sure you subscribe over here. It's Crypto Slam over on YouTube. Okay, so those quick couple local updates here. Two things. One, experimenting with the help of AI, my favorite freaking thing in the world now, to get these videos timestamped, which a lot of people ask for. And like rightfully so. Like, timestamps help so much, especially with videos like this that go an hour, sometimes an hour and a half. Being able to jump to topics is like really, really important. And so, using ChatGPT for a little bit of help here. Let me mute. I don't want this to blare through the speakers or whatever. But timestamps. Got some timestamps added to yesterday's video. And if this is good enough, I don't know if it's perfect. If it's good enough, we'll keep doing it, right? So I'll do that to today's video. I'll do it to the videos going forward here. But a little quality of life improvement here. Timestamps on the videos, chapters, whatever. They're not like perfectly lined up, but I think it's pretty darn good. So heads up about that. If you don't catch these live, if you're catching them on replay, like find the topic you're into. Jump right to that now. So there's that. Separately, guys, I actually recorded a 5-minute video this morning, right? Like old school style. And it's essentially this show, but like packed into 5 minutes, which is awesome. I'm working through that right now as far as getting it edited. I'm using AI to help there. And so far, like, kind of challenging. It just has trouble with longer videos or high-res videos. So seeing if I can work through that. But hey, if it works, we've got the short videos. We got the longer form content with the live show. We got the chapter, like a lot of stuff that's hopefully going to improve things all around. So stay tuned for that again, especially the 5-minute video. Hope that makes it out here today. I don't know what social channel we'll drop it on, so make sure you follow everything. CryptoSlamIO over on X, SlamAI_XYZ. Peek at that light paper there right on the website, SlamAI.xyz. Follow the Swarm_AI. That is our flagship AI agent. Also where I broadcast the afternoon AI show. It's called the Swarm Report. That's at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Follow me at Hudah_idiot. And then actually right back to the Swarm. We have a really killer guest coming up today. Really, I'm super excited for this. More and more AI guests, please. Yeah, we're lining these bad boys up. Great project, great team. This is Open Serve. Going to be on the show today, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. We're doing it live. A couple guys from the team coming on. I think co-founder, CTO, both coming on. We'll hear all about their ecosystem, agents, swarms, but more of like the infrastructure for them to live in, which is really, really cool. And like chain agnostic too, which is really cool. So looking forward to a great chat there. Maybe Randy too on the show. Should be a blast. Anyway, subscribe, follow, all that. Don't miss this show. All right, let's do it, boys. So, Christian, yeah, happy Liberation, man. Happy Liberation Day. It's a really big day, really big day. And already we're starting to see like the fallout, the reactions. How about that? The reactions to these planned tariffs. We still don't know details yet. That's coming later today. And we got a loose schedule too. But the United States is going to announce our tariffs against 25 plus countries. How much, when they start? I think they start today, but today we find out. And we heard that China is already responding here with restrictions there. Companies in China can no longer invest in the United States. That feels like a pretty damn big deal. Like a pretty damn big deal. As quickly as we get these announcements, that's how quickly they can be rolled back. And I do expect this to be like an ever-evolving story here. U.S. announces tariffs. Countries respond. Tariffs adjusted. And responses adjusted. But brace for volatility today and for the foreseeable future. Days, weeks, don't know. But this is a big deal. It's a kind of a historic day here. The expectation here is that Trump's going to announce maximum tariffs. Maximum tariffs. And then countries can bring them down by lowering the tariffs that are levied against United States exports, right? So we levy these 25% tariffs on Canada against whatever sector, 25%, let's just say, because that's the number that's been thrown out. If they lower the tariffs against our goods, we lower theirs. You know, we've talked about this here. Like, I'm not an expert on this, but sounds fair. I like it. I was going to say on paper, I don't know. I like it when you say it out loud. On paper, I'm not so sure. Because I don't think it's that cut and dry. I don't think anybody does. I don't think it's that cut and dry, though. But it sounds fair. That said, I used to be all about, like, fair tax rates, and I don't think I'm there anymore either. Because there's so many other rules that really do factor in. And if you don't know the rules, I don't know how you can have a strong take on it. That's where I live. But this is what's expected today. Should be interesting. And then here's the schedule for today. Okay, so 9 a.m. East. Actually, it's right now. Right now, Trump's supposed to convene with his expert trade council. They're finalizing the details of these tariffs. What's up, Homer? 11:30 Eastern time. Press secretary going to preview the announcement. 4 p.m. Eastern time is the big one. Maybe we stream this too. That's the big one. Trump is going to announce tariffs live. This is like officially Liberation Day enacted. Again, 4 p.m. Eastern time. I think we could stream that. It's crypto kind of focused, related, but we could do that. Trump's going to talk to the media after that. Administration officials brief industry leaders on implementation. This is a big deal, man. It's a really big deal. And then tonight, global markets respond. Hang on a sec. Where I don't understand this one. Global markets respond as the impact of America's renewed strength takes hold. Respond where? What? But anyway, there's the schedule. So starting now, we're probably going to start seeing some headlines out there, maybe like leaks from this Trump meeting with his trade council. Keep an eye, guys. If you guys see any details dropping on X or anywhere, drop it in the chat. We certainly want to keep up with this today. Big deal, big deal. But again, circle 4 p.m. Eastern time. That's the moment that we're really waiting for. Leaks probably coming out ahead of that. Now, here's the tricky part. What's up, Zip? Good morning, man. This is what's so interesting. I had a chat with my brother Henry last night. Great chat. Just talking about the market, trying to get a feel for where we're going. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. You guys know. Nobody freaking knows. I do know something feels weird. Something feels weird that it's really unrelenting FUD. It's nonstop FUD out there. People are spooked, rightfully so, again. And yet Bitcoin's still sitting here at 85K. You would assume that with like the fear that's out there in the market, and nobody's thinking in the short term we have anything big coming, anything good, positive coming, you would assume that everybody's sufficiently de-risked ahead of today. And if they are, this is what being de-risked looks like. It's interesting. So then I see Wizard of Soho tweeting this morning, and he's with an image showing what I'm feeling, what Henry and I were talking about. Stock risk allocation is at an all-time high when sentiment is like the most bearish we've ever seen. I mean, how do you make sense of that? Christian, it's going to be a new world when you wake up, potentially. That's a great point, too, from Luna here. Nobody fears the Bitcoin price, only alts. No, that's a good point. But the feel out there is it's very unique right now. I'm not sure I felt exactly this. With that fear, I think people are still willing to take that risk with Bitcoin because the upside is so extreme. It is. And so even if you think the market's going to dump, you're like, I'm staying in. I'm riding this out because it can turn around just that quickly, just as quickly. We could be on the upswing here. Anyway, it's really going to be it's going to be a day. It's going to be a day. All right, let's look at crypto right now and see how we're holding up. And again, holding up pretty darn well. Bitcoin almost at 85K still. Again, all this fear, uncertainty, doubt, and 85K Bitcoin. See ETH just over 1,800, Ripple 212, Solana 126. It's pretty interesting. I'm just gonna say that those levels are really interesting. Bitcoin won't go below 70. Bitcoin's just such a unique thing, and we've got some good reasons why here. Looking at the ETFs though, 158 mil in outflows. It's Bitcoin yesterday. On the ETH side, 3.6 mil in outflows. Hang on, I got to give ChatGPT a little prompt. She doesn't want to do my video, but okay, hang on. She don't want to process my video. But I literally told ChatGPT, I'm like, I'm a paying customer. You have to do it. She's like, all right, I'll do it. But I'll say this. What's cool is the video's too long. It's too whatever. And like she replies back, I won't do it. Here's steps you can take. And if you push and push and push, and this is what's so fun about AI, she comes up with her own solution. And I call her she, right? She says, I'll take the video and I'll chop it up into chunks and then I'll edit them separately. And then I'll stitch them together. I'm like, that's fucking cool. I love it. I love it. Still on ETFs, guys. I think this is our first BNB ETF. Pretty sure. This is kind of cool. Van Eck filing for a BNB ETF. We'll see an infinite number of ETFs. All the major cryptos. All of them. So not surprised at all, but really cool to see. And I don't think all these are far off this year still. Solana ETFs this year. Ripple ETFs this year. Doge ETF this year maybe. Wouldn't be shocked. But back to the market, you know, I keep coming back to the bullish takes, the bullish charts, because they match, at the very least, they match what I'm feeling. You know, this feeling that something doesn't make sense here. And we've looked at this before from Tech Dev, very bullish dude in general here, but posting the liquidity cycle and Bitcoin prices, we've looked at this exact chart before. And this is us right here. This is us right here. The blue is where the cycle tops. Right? Bitcoin, you know, typically all-time highs there, right? Let me make this a little bigger so we can see the dates. Yeah, so this goes back all the way to, you know, the good old days. But you see it right here. We're at the bottom of this liquidity cycle with the global M2 chart showing that we're, I believe, at an all-time high for global liquidity again. And heading up. Historically, and this is without fail, guys, Bitcoin price does one thing. At this part of the cycle, with global M2 looking like it does, Bitcoin does one thing every single time. And that's up drastically. Boom, boom, boom. My gut tells me that's what we're in store for here. And I think that's why you're not seeing people getting out of markets, because I think they think the same thing. And that we're staying at these prices right now in spite of nothing but bad news. I mean, I say that, and the flip side is we're about to see all kinds of great news. And then just imagine when the news really flips, right? News about the economy actually flips. And then these big stories that we're about to go over, when they're actually implemented, when these things actually happen, look out. This is a special time ahead of us here, guys. It's stories like this. It's the adoption of crypto. It's the rate at which it's happening. Again, now we wait to see these things actually materialize. But BlackRock, now approved by the UK's FCA to operate as a crypto asset firm. Right? So they can offer crypto services in the UK. Whatever those services might be, they have the approval to do it. Again, there's very specific people I'm listening to when I'm following their moves because I think they know. BlackRock, absolutely one of them. Absolutely. GameStop, kind of the same thing, right? They did it. They raised their $1 billion+ here to buy Bitcoin. Here it is, $1.48 billion. billion to spend on Bitcoin. And we're going to see a lot more of that. A lot more. Pay attention. We touched on this yesterday. And during the show, we got a little more info. We just heard about Mastercard wanting to get deeper into crypto, offer crypto services. And we heard that Mastercard is building a blockchain-powered payment network. Everyone's coming, man. Everyone's coming. Everyone. You know where I think they're coming via, though, right? I mean, we've also talked about that. But, oh, shoot, hang on. I got to peek it over on Abstract. Apologies, guys. Katz, I see you over there. Roth, I see you too, man. Good morning, guys. That Hudah AI thing, I cannot wait to push more. Like, we'll see. We'll see with that one. Yeah, anybody who doesn't know actually did launch an agent. The functionality's not there. The early AI launch pads, they don't really give you much functionality. Still, I have ideas. Eric Trump, somebody I am listening to. Right, love him, hate him. I'm not a big fan, but I'm paying attention. He gets it. He gets crypto. Eric Trump saying major companies are hoarding Bitcoin on their balance sheets, predicting explosive growth ahead for crypto. Right? That mirrors what we think, what we're feeling. Now, I think he also said, buy ETH. And ETH is down something like 30% since. But I think we got to stretch out that time frame here. Trump family also launching an American Bitcoin mining company. It's a mining venture. So we'll have Bitcoin that's made in America. Again, I just pay attention to where they're spending their time and money, and it's crypto. It's Bitcoin. This might be the most bullish thing I've seen from any of the Trumps in a minute. And Donald says some pretty damn bullish stuff, but it's comments like this that make me realize, they get it. That they get it. I love this. Here's Eric Trump saying, man, this is awesome. There's not a single thing that banks do that can't be done cheaper, more efficiently, and faster on the blockchain. That I love. That I absolutely love, because I agree. It's why I have always thought, and you guys too, that what's happening in crypto, unavoidable, unstoppable. Because look, all anybody wants to do is optimize cheaper, faster, better, safer, all that stuff. Because you do that, you deliver a better product, you make more money. And if you can offer all your same services on chain, and because of that, it is all those things. Again, cheaper, more efficient, faster, safer, all that. You're going to move that way, and that's where everything is moving. I love that comment. Anybody who gets debanked should understand why Bitcoin is important. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. Darn. Okay, hang on. She's still not doing my video. Darn, I'll play with that later. I'm bummed. Man, this is the challenge of still using kind of early tech. AI is still kind of early tech. I'd be done the video if I just chopped it up manually. And I'm just sitting here prompting over and over, getting her to do it, trying to. But I want to get that video out one way or another. So if I can't get AI to do it, I'll just manually chop it up later today. And it might be out of date, but if I start something, I got to get it done. Yeah, guys, but here we go. The biggest thing. This is the biggest story this week, at the very least. It's USDC, it's Circle filing for an IPO. This is it. This brings crypto to a mainstream audience in a different way. And man, I think we're about to maybe get a feel for the kind of demand out there. The kind of demand, the kind of upside people see in crypto companies here. Big deal. Circle brought in $1.7 billion last year. And I'll say this. Actually, I'd be curious, Christian's take, or some of you other guys who've got more insights into this. I'll just share my thought, though. Expectations, more money in their future, less money in their future. And I ask it, you would assume stablecoin adoption is only going to grow, better for them. Revenue, you might think up, but stablecoins are about to get really, really competitive. Like an infinite number of stable coins are about to be printed. You back up by the US dollar and check some other compliance boxes, you can launch a stable coin. States can launch stable coins. Companies can launch stable coins. It just has to be compliant. And man, how bullish for the US dollar, right? Every token backed by $1. That's where they earn their money from too. Interest on these bonds, right? It's going to get really fucking interesting out there. This kind of ties the past two stories together. Visa, MasterCard, or the MasterCard news with stablecoin news. Marty Party, great point here. Visa and MasterCard charge businesses to accept US dollars. Accepting USDC is free. Right? So any businesses accepting USDC saves all the fees, all the charges, all the equipment to process that stuff. I'll tell you this, dude. If you use Coinbase and you ever withdraw money, try it yourself. You'll see it like live. When you withdraw money, you have the option to withdraw to your bank and they charge you a fee, right? Or you can withdraw it as USDC and there's no fee. And it's like just as fast. I've done that once and I did it by accident. So I did it and I'm like, shit, man, now it's probably gonna take days. Not that I know it doesn't take days to actually move on chain, but I just assume that because no fee, I'm like, okay, there's somebody who's actually going to like submit the transaction for you. Dude, an hour later, it's in my bank account. There were no fees. Try it. If you guys use like Coinbase, try it. It's pretty impressive. And you better believe if they could charge money for it, they would. Man, game changer. Game changer. And normies flock to this stuff if they realize it saves them money and they can earn interest on their stable coins. The Trump fam get crypto, but he's way more in the lead of this whole thing than he ever should. I wish other politicians took the lead and he didn't have to do this. Christian, yeah. Bullish on stablecoin adoption. Question is whether the pie grows fast and large enough for a company like Circle to keep growing. Yes. Because, okay, if I think follow what the Trumps are doing, they launched a stablecoin, USD1. And you better believe they're going for a equal size of that pie. It's going to get really competitive in stablecoins. But today, a massive day. Today is a really big day. So you got the Circle IPO combined with this news. For a couple weeks now, I've been sounding the alarms about what we need for this bull run to really materialize. For Bitcoin to begin, it's like a cent to $1 million a coin. And even like this cycle to get to 200, 250, I think that's possible. I do think 250 is possible this cycle because what the fuck is a cycle anymore, right? But the two biggest things on the horizon, the most important things, the Genius Act, which is just broader crypto regulation, and the Stable Act, the Stables Act here, a huge deal. This is what gives us the guidelines, the regulation for stablecoins. And once you have that, that's when it's game on. That's when it's stablecoins everywhere. That's when companies start really getting into it and launching their own stablecoins and accepting stablecoins. It's very specifically the Stables Act, the biggest thing happening in crypto right now. Bar none. The biggest thing in crypto. And today, a milestone day. We got Brian Armstrong in Washington, D.C. for the House Financial Services Committee reviewing the Stables Act. They're going over it. They're looking at what needs to be tweaked and changed. It's basically a review of the proposal, of the legislation. It's them reviewing it to make changes so it has the best chance at succeeding here, right? So they're going over that today. It's a big day. This is an important step. Now, when does it actually go for a vote? Who knows? They could fast track it. This could be up for a vote depending on their schedule, right? It could be in a couple days or a couple weeks, and it could be way off in the future. Could be. It's just to say, like, the fact that it's getting reviewed today doesn't mean there's a set time frame for when it actually is officially proposed. But it could be soon. They're certainly trying to fast track this stuff. Armstrong's saying here, he's meeting with those lawmakers to educate and urge passage of the stablecoin and market structure legislation ahead of their August recess. Look, if they get that done, if they can get these passed ahead of August, a lot of people, I speak for myself here, but I think the second half of this year is going to be phenomenal. Like all-time high Bitcoin. I'm talking like 150K Bitcoin, maybe plus. And I think next year is going to be really, really interesting too. But if they can get that in ahead of their August recess and pass it, game on. That is exactly what gets us cooking there. And then it's time to build in crypto. And these companies don't have to worry about ETH, Bitcoin, whatever's your favorite token. They just have to worry about stablecoins. Build a product that accepts USDC, USDT, USD1, whatever, that PayPal stable. It doesn't matter. That's it. It's game on at that point. Charles Hodkinson, right, founder of Cardano, he's totally right here. When that passes, floodgates burst wide open. Everybody then adopts crypto wallets, right? Apple, Facebook, Google, Microsoft. Absolutely. It's billions, guys, not millions, billions of people who suddenly get access to crypto. That's the moment. That's the thing we're waiting for. It's stablecoin regulation. Huge. Nothing bigger. No, actually, you know what? I'll take that back. There is something bigger. There actually is. I agree with this, I think, here. The Kraken co-CEO saying tokenized equities will surpass stablecoins in scale. I mean, right? That's tokenized everything. Tokenized every kind of investment out there. And I'll say this, even if you combine that with RWAs, like just RWAs in general, tokenized, whatever, real world assets, equities, tokenized securities, RWAs, put them together as bigger than stablecoins. But you put those two together, stablecoins and that whole other side, that's it. That's where the masses come. As far as big money that makes everything that we've done the past decade plus look like just like warm-up batting practice. This is coming this cycle. That's what we're right on the cusp of here. And it's why I'm so optimistic about all of it. All of it. Consensus coming up here in about 6-ish weeks. I would love to go to this. I would love to get to more conferences. Consensus mid-May, maybe early May. Our boy Dave Portnoy is going to be speaking there. Just crypto expert. Well, it's weird. Then again, big personality in crypto, multiple shit coins. He'll be speaking there. It's pretty damn cool. Anybody here going to Consensus? Which of you guys are like regulars at the conferences? I've been to one, VCon 23. Hang on, 23 or 24? 23. And it was fucking awesome. And like the bug bit me, and I'm like, I gotta go to every conference now. Incredible to meet up with people and meet the builders and meet the community and all, right? And I have not been since, but oh, dude, yeah, it's cats I see with Steady Teddies. We'll get to that too. Really bullish on those guys. In fact, they did something that I think is game-changing, and I hope every project copies them. So Consensus coming, well, hang on. When is that? Okay, mid-May. So like 5-6 weeks. It's pretty cool. Let's look at the NFT market. There you see it, 11.3 mil in cross-chain sales. Sellers down, buyers down, transactions down, average sale price up by 7 cents. Boom, there's a win. And then trade profits still about $1 million in the negative, 932,000 actually in the negative. I'm going to refresh this screen. But we're looking at the top collections by sales volume here. Courtyard on top. Although, I'm not so sure about that number. Let's save that for another episode, but I did a little digging. I'm questioning some of the transactions there. We'll just say that. Maybe I feel confident enough about that to say D-Market's really your top collection. Yeah, I think I am. D-Market, your number one collection. Followed by CryptoPunks, DeFi Dungeon still cooking. Guardian Heroes, Locked Ostium LP, Layer 3 Cube, Money. It's guys, there's so much fuckery out there. This is money laundering. Guardian Avatars, Base Apes, I think laundering. And something on Super Rare. Interesting. I don't know what that is. Damn. I kind of want to check that out. But maybe a big art sale here. Maybe like a $250,000 sale. I wonder what you know what? I got to go look at like the X-Copy sales bot. Or maybe Super Rare. Does Super Rare have a sales bot? We got a peek. They actually do. Okay. Huh, nothing coming up there. All right, well, it's usually my cue to go separately dig into that. Dude, Luna, I've done one tweet, like, tagging Zach XP. Actually, I don't think I tagged him. Dude, I would love to give Zach XPT a whole pile of data here. Because I'm telling you, we're talking probably like 100 mil plus laundered through NFTs. Easily. Easily. And, like, you see these great breakdowns out there. See, what I don't know if I can do is, like, I can find the collections, I can get total money. I don't know if I can go track it all. Like, that'll take me a year to do, which would be cool. I would do it if I don't know. It'd be cool. But if I could hand it over to Zach, and I bet he'd track it right down to, oh, it's this group who already scams this and this, right? He'd connect the dots. But I'm talking $100+ million laundered through NFTs easily. Wouldn't be shocked if it's double that. Unless we make it a community project. If any of you guys are like gangsters at tracking stuff on chain, maybe we could do it that way. That'd be huge. We got a big autoglyph sale. Possibly a loan, but there we go. Known origin. We got some art on the move. Yeah, pretty interesting day. Okay, biggest mint yesterday. Biggest mint since Taproot Wizard. Also still one of the biggest mints of the year. Steady Teddies. Who minted Steady Teddies? Did any of you get? And I'm curious too if anybody got in the like first come first serve whitelist phase. It made it there. Dude, I'd work with any of those dudes. I don't think I could even get a hold of them. It's worth a shot. I should just be blowing up their DMs. That would be awesome. Okay, Steady Teddies mint. I hope some of you guys got, because they cooked. They did. God, did I make a price? Yeah, I did make a price prediction. Fuck, what did I say? I think I said like a quarter ETH to 0.3. I think I'm pretty much right on. Maybe even I'm low, right? Okay, so they minted at $88 on secondary. God, they did really, really well. On secondary, got as high as like 120 Barra. We're talking like $800, $850, $715 right now. All right, let me get the calculator. ETH to USD. Yeah, I was under. I said 0.25, 0.3, which would put it about $550. They're really like 0.4. 0.4 right now, which is awesome. Actually, 0.35, 0.4. Either way, it's a huge win for people who minted. I'm still pushing ChatGPT. Like, take as long as you need, just do it. I'm not doing any of it. Okay, game changer here. I mean it, game changer. I think Steady Teddies did one of the coolest things I've seen in NFTs, period. Okay? What's up, Fog? Good morning. All right. Look at the collection here. Okay, right? Okay, we're just going to scroll through. Let's make it a little bigger. Let's make it a lot bigger. Hang on. Let's make it a lot bigger. Look at how fucking awesome this collection is. And I got to tell you, this is not revealed. This is not the collection's actual artwork. So, like, fucking awesome memes, fucking awesome just art. And then it turns out, guys, these are community-created memes and content they've made over the past few months. This team took the community's content and made it the pre-reveal images, meaning, like, every single piece right now already has a different kind of, like, collectability to it or rarity. And, man, dude, keep them like this for a while. Now you can delay your reveal as long as you want, because people can go trade these things based on the pre-reveal art. Is a killer meme, you go fucking trade it. Or you don't, because maybe revealed you've got like a legendary, like a 1/1. Who knows? But I kind of think, look, I kind of think they changed the game with this. I hope every single project copies them. Because think about it. That means leading up to your drop, you get the community like hyped up. You tell the community, hey, make killer memes. We'll include you in the collection, like officially. We'll make you part of the collection. So all of a sudden you generate all kinds of buzz and content from your community. They're incentivized to do it because they get to be part of the collection itself, which, come on, that's a flex. That's a huge flex. So cool. What I do hope, though, like, I hope they let you toggle the art somehow, some way. I hope they let you still keep the pre-reveal artwork, and then you can toggle between the main artwork when it's time. I doubt they'll do that, but I think this is one of the coolest things I've seen in NFTs, like, period. I hope this kicks off a new meta, or more than a meta. I just hope this becomes normal in NFTs. Pre-reveal art that's community generated, and I'm sorry, I think it's amazing. Now, I don't think that flies on something like Bitcoin, right? I mean, just can't. Too expensive. On ETH, probably the same thing. But, like, right, the pre-reveal art doesn't have to be on-chain. So you get around it that way. I don't know. I don't know if it catches, but I hope it does. Like, this is such a cool idea. So there we go, man. Just those guys, like, flawless execution. I mean that. From, like, start to finish and delays and whatever, it's all marketing. It's all just perfect marketing to launch on April Fool's Day. Now they get to drag on the actual reveal. And in the meantime, people just having fun with the art. So it's a great collection. And I'll tell you this, there might be an opportunity on secondary. Maybe. Let's see where they pull back to, if they pull back. But let's watch, because it does sound like they have a token coming. It does, right? On top of them maybe being eligible for a Barra drop. On top of that, maybe still being in their future. They had a deal with Honeyjar. I wish I knew more about them. It's been explained to me, and it's not like it's overly complicated, but it's enough that I don't totally get what Honeyjar is. But they do have a deal worked out that if they launch a token, they have a partner for it. So Steady Teddy signed a deal with Honeyjar. Part of that deal, Honeyjar committed to Diamond Paw the airdrop, contribute to the LP, support Steady Teddies in managing the token. They probably got a token coming. Teddy. So for the potential for, like, 2 airdrops potentially, like Teddy drop and potentially that Barra drop, I don't know if people are going to be letting this go. I'm not sure. But, yeah, anyway, big mint, huge success. Will it continue to be? I think they got everything going for them. So we're going to have to wait and see how this market is and how Liberation Day unfolds, just to get a feel of, like, what kind of future these guys have. But I think they got one. We shall see. Little sidebar. Yesterday was the anniversary, an anniversary for Pudgy Penguins, which is pretty cool. The anniversary of Luca Net's acquiring the Pudgy Penguins brand. Remember, he bought them for what, $1 million 3-ish years ago? Was it 3? I think it was 3 years ago. It's a pretty big day. We also have a little tease. This is not exactly new, but coming from 9DCC, who are fucking phenomenal guys. Some really nice custom watches. I'm not a watch guy. In fact, I was almost going to tweet out earlier in the week, I hate watches. Like, I'll never be a watch guy, except if I see something like, dude, I would be a watch guy. I would be a watch guy if I could own something like this. Look at this thing, dude. So what I think we're looking at is a series of I think 1/1 watches. And if you're a watch bro, I can't imagine not thinking this is the coolest shit ever. Look at, I would wear that in a second. I'm not a watch guy, and I would absolutely wear that. Dude, it looks like a spine, right? Now, how many editions? Or is it just, like, literally a one-off? It does have an NFT that backs it. But yeah, is this just a 1/1? Or is there a set of a few of these? Seeing if I can find that kind of quickly here. Let's see if we can find this out. Price. You have to DM them for the price, by the way. Dude, they only give it, like, repairs or whatever for a year. That I have a feeling that's pretty pricey. I would think that should come with some kind of lifetime So maybe these aren't limited exactly by a set number. It's limited by demand. And maybe they have in their head like a maximum number. So yeah, so first come, first serve. I wonder what those will go for, man. That price will leak out at some point. Okay, so yeah, I'm sorry. I think that's so fucking cool. 90cc, pretty awesome. I've got my 90cc box right under the desk. You guys, they put out those, what was it, PVC little keychain thingies. Really cool. High quality. I hate the hat I got. But they're great. They're fucking awesome. So that is so cool. Moving on, just a couple more topics. We'll probably be shorter than an hour today, guys, because I'm going to go try to get that other video done here. But, okay, we saw Pudgy Penguins stickers on Telegram. We saw Bored Ape stickers on Telegram. And now it looks like we got Doodles stickers coming to Telegram. Boy, oh boy. If I knew the other two were coming, I would have gotten in. Doodles, I don't know if I'm going to touch. There's like, dude, Doodles is so controversial right now. Between people not digging the AI direction and then the co-founders co-founders that have left the team now launching their own project and timing it to go along with this announcement, like the Doodles announcement. Dude, that is there's some bad vibes in the Doodles ecosystem. I probably personally not touching anything Doodles now. Still, I root for them. I hope it does well. I imagine these sell out because the Doodles community, they're probably cheap, right? And it's probably super affordable. No reason to not, but are they going to pull in people from the outside? And do we think there's upside here? I'm not so sure. Yeah, we'll keep our eyes on that, but just got to put it on your guys' radar. If you do want to collect or speculate, Doodles stickers coming to Telegram. So we shall see. And then finally, we got an update from Manifold, kind of like a State of the Union. Manifold is like custom contracts for your NFTs, and maybe do they do fungible tokens too? They definitely do NFTs, right? But just some updates on things they want to upgrade to launch this year. New products for displaying and organizing collections and drops. Improved audience management. Better collector experiences across apps. Neat. More ecosystem support, so more chains, onboarding more chains. And educational resources for the community. What's up, E-Rock? What's up, Mark? So, yeah, Manifold's still around, still kicking. Still some people's preferred way to drop, like Xcopy, I think, still mostly uses Manifold. I think. He's done some drops outside of Manifold, but anyway, 4 years they've been around. 4 fucking years. They launched on April Fool's Day. I didn't realize that. But still here, still growing, still building. I dig it. I dig it. All right, I'm just going to scan the timeline here. I just want to see if we got any other stories coming out about Liberation Day. And if not, we're out. Canada, look at that. That is the point of Liberation Day. Canada says they'll remove tariffs if the U.S. does. Yeah, and that's the important question. The existing ones or new ones? That's the whole point. And it might actually work. It might actually work. If so, fucking amazing. If that actually works, I have to imagine we go higher. We go higher in the short term. Kind of a big deal. So again, a lot coming today. Oh, here's more. Well, shit, guys, the Doodle stickers are sold out. Okay, they're already gone. So, sorry. That was quick. Yep, damn. All right, apparently we should have gotten in. Hang on. Okay, just peeking for anything else. Is this real? Safe Foundation, a U.S. nonprofit organization. Okay. Oh, a development foundation. Okay. Well, shit. I think that's it. I think we call it there. I'm going to go try to get that video knocked out. Reminder, though, 2 p.m. 2 p.m. Eastern Time. The boys from OpenServe on the Swarm Report. Don't miss that. Don't miss that. That should be fucking awesome. These guys, some builders there, they got a token out there sitting at what, 15, 17 mil market cap. They're cooking. Those boys cooking. So we'll chat with them about their platform, their products, where we're going, honestly, where we've been too. We got to talk about that. So it should be awesome. Again, 2 p.m. Eastern time. Make sure you subscribe over on Crypto Slam on YouTube, Crypto Slam IO over on X, Slam AI on X, and the Swarm _AI. Guys, enjoy the rest of your morning. Keep your eyes out. It's going to be a spicy day. We'll see you at 2 p.m., guys. Peace.